you know, I mean, it's no better built for it, right?
Yeah.
So people know what we're doing.
Yeah.
And then inside, this is full mirror here, but you can kind of see.
Oh wow.
So that's one of my. So we have a lot of cabinets.
Dome, that's the one that Lance was on, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. This is actually my backup bike.
You need a 4-pointer?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. my reverse. So we'll have all my clothing and my med supplies over here in each of these containers, and then we have 2 water tanks, and then we have the ice chest, and then in here in these little slots over here, I'll have all my power bars and nutrition. We'll have water, extra water here, and I've got my powders will go in little these plastic cereal kind of containers. And then this will be full of Pringles and all sorts of snacks and goodies. So
Good to go.
yeah, and if something happens where I need to lay down flat, we've got a mat I can lay down right in the middle here. And
But that's what the RV's for, though.
the RV is mostly for me to take a shower.
Yeah.
And to sleep. If I can just
enough
sleep.
to get it
Yeah.
ready to go for the next shot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but if we can sleep in hotels, we're going to sleep in hotels. The goal would be if I can go down for 3 hours and sleep in a hotel, I'll be much better off.
You're not, when you're sleeping, you're not allowed to be driving anymore, right? You have to pull off?
You have to pull off, and then you have to go right back to where you started. Can I grab those three?
They're all tangled
They're all
together.
tangled
Once you
up.
pull it all together as a unit.
Is that caught in the pedal
There
there?
we go. Pedal. Okay.
The metal to the metal.
Don't drop the bar. Looks like it's getting dangerous.
Yeah, that pole.
Yeah, she's got a trip.
That's your new lightweight one?
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, here, I'll take
That's
the
what.
wheel on.
I think that's what Lance was on, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was on his last one was getting done. He had Trex as sponsor.
Yeah.
And
Wow, that's a beauty.
so this is my backup bike, my primary bike I brought with me on the plane.
Is that electronic?
Yeah, it's called
That's
DI.
neat.
It's called DI2. It's got a it's got a battery pack under the bottom brake.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat.
So when you shift,
You don't have to.
you only have you get brake cables here,
Yeah.
and these little thin little cables are the wires that go to the 2 derailleurs. So you press this little button right here, and that
shifts.
that shifts it, and boom, it
Oh,
clicks
that
like that.
saves you all the
Right.
time going like this all the
It
time.
saves my fingertips.
Fingertips, yeah.
Because after 3 days,
Oh, yeah.
I won't have any sensation in my fingertips.
I can
without
believe
this.
that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Most people lose the sensations in their hands
Just
after
from-
5 days. From the shifting, Because every
Really?
time you shift, you're stretching that steel
that
cable.
finger, yeah.
You're making that cable go to turn the derailleur, right?
Right.
So here you just pop a
Touch.
button, tap a
It
button.
automatically.
and
Just that quick.
It doesn't seem like shifting's all that hard until you're.
Well, if you
on
do it
it for-
10,000 times,
Yeah.
it adds up.
I'm not there yet.
Master shifter.
It adds up, So
Now, how much does your bike weigh? How
Why
much?
don't you pick
you
it
guys,
up?
you have to
I
guess.
feel
You
it.
guys have to guess.
I would say, let's see.
I said
it
9
in your
and a
head.
half.
No,
That's odd number.
With water, just like that.
Just like that.
Let's say 15.
Pretty close. Yeah, it's exact. It's 14 without the aero bars.
Mhm.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
exactly
well,
Well,
right.
see, I'm cheating though because I saw
That's
it in the
really
shop.
right. Yeah,
They had a big
that is
thing.
really
Oh,
nice.
that's Yeah. So these are the stock wheels, and
Can you
then
hold it down?
And these
All
are
right.
that's your racing wheel?
well, it
college
depends
money.
on the weather. If it's
Yeah.
if it's
Wait,
windy.
windy, you don't want
Is that the weather?
Yeah, if it's windy, I can't ride these. But if it's not windy, if it's flat, it means there's no wind. I'll put these on. If it's flat and there's no
give
wind,
you
I'll put
more
these on.
speed.
Yeah, because when the
Wind
air,
hits you sideways.
when
yeah.
the air, when the wind hits it, it acts like an airfoil. So so it goes a lot quicker.
There's less, because the spokes are what are cutting through the air.
Yeah.
And so when you have the deep rims, you have short spokes.
Spokes.
But if I'm going downhill and it's a real big crosswind, I
Yeah.
have to ride on a carbon
Like
wheel
that.
like this,
Big wheel.
or like that. Those are aluminum wheels right there.
Yeah.
But
That's
this
the
is
air
all
go
that's
through
a
'em?
carbon. That's my 202.
Oh, wow.
These are 808s, and I've got on my other bike I've got 404s, which are in between this and this.
Okay, so how much do you have wrapped up in just the wheels of the bike?
Well, the good news was my bike sponsor gave me the good news. He paid for my mechanic,
Good.
and so I'm bringing a mechanic from Boulder for 2 weeks, and he gave everything. He called Trek, and he got wholesale. So that bike right there is normally with a normal wheel set around 8.
Yeah.
And I got it for like 36.
Wow, what a steal.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, and the other one was a little more expensive because the wheels were more expensive. So.
So, do you guys all want a picture in front of the bike?
Yeah.
Sure.
You already have a video. We're good.
So you don't.
Len should quickly go put on his skin tight
liquid right here.
clothes.
I think so. I'll wait for that.
Because you don't. I mean, you don't have to carry much liquid on your bike at all.
Right there. Yeah, I'll put another carbon.
Usually it's two. Usually has like a water
Water
bottle
and
and a
then-
nutrition. One with like
Yeah.
sport drinks.
I'll
So you
take
can-
this. This will
so
come
you
off.
use
I'll take
both
this and put it
Some
in.
together.
Gatorade,
That'll
right?
need to
That's the
wait.
best.
I guess I'm gonna hand this off.
Right.
This is the one right there.
Is that the ad, the Gatorade?
Oh, yeah.
So that's infinite, and they mix up your electrolytes and
Everything, huh?
they
So it
talk
works.
to you and say, are you a heavy sweater? Do you get indigestion if you have protein or whatever? They mix up a blend.
For you. Yeah,
Right,
that's neat.
you can move the sliders around.
Do they put your picture on it?
They should.
They should. That's what I think.
That's Len there.
I know.
Is,
Yeah.
But
I've got 5 different powders.
and you can pick it by if you want tutti frutti or orange or lemon
Whatever you
lime
want.
or whatever. They got a
It's
couple
amazing what they
flavors.
can do for you.
I definitely would have tutti frutti and orange.
Are you shooting video?
Uh-huh.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that thing is a neat camera.
It's a
I
nice
haven't
camera.
seen this bike yet.
I just do it 720 though, and then it doesn't burn as
That's
much.
the computer.
We just took some pictures of
So the computer is
friends of ours that
a
have
wireless.
elephants.
Oh, really?
Actually, this one's
Yeah.
not, but
And,
you get a,
Oh, that's
It
cool.
was really
in there?
neat.
What's that?
so if you look right there is a cadence sensor. Do you have one in this one?
Integrated.
It's all built in. Yeah.
That's all built
Oh.
in, so it
So
counts.
it's sensing, it's counting how fast the wheel's moving and how many revolutions and pedals you get.
Okay.
This is my
Wow.
backup bike. My primary bike has a special device on the crank that measures power.
Wow.
That's
So
cool.
the only way I can measure power is if I have a power tap. So on the back of John's wheel, he's loaning me for this bike. This will measure how much force, how much power, how many watts I'm
How many watts you
producing.
put in it?
But my other bike, the watt meter is actually in the crank. It's integrated into the crank right here. So it's a whole crank arm
Yeah,
with
the
an
whole
integrated.
crank, yeah.
Yeah, it's called a cork. And so on my computer, I can see exactly how many watts I'm putting out, along with my heart rate.
So it keeps it on an even balance.
Well, I know,
Somewhat this way,
for
you know,
example, that I can
you're
produce consistently 175 watts at 109 heart rate and not build up any lactic acid in my legs.
Oh, that's great.
And once you start building up lactic acid, you're going to cramp
You get
eventually.
a cramp, right?
Yeah.
So as long as I can keep my averages in that zone, I won't
won't
be
cramp.
building up.
Yeah,
I won't
now
be
that
cramping.
ruins your game.
Yeah. So I learned that in Boulder, going to the sports medicine lab in Boulder that John introduced me
Yeah.
to. So.
Neat.
So it's so okay, I'm a total amateur in all this stuff, but if you just ask the right questions and you meet the right people,
Yeah, the more people
right,
you talk
you
to,
learn
that
about
know,
it, and next thing you know, you've learned a lot more about how your body processes fuel and what fuel to use, and you experiment. And next thing you know, 9 months later, you're doing this race and you feel really equipped for it
Yeah.
because you've
Great.
asked the right question. Like for example, the guy that fit my bike, his name is Andy Pruitt, and getting an appointment with Andy Pruitt is it's
Really tough.
hard because he's been fitting Lance for 20 years, and he fits out all the like half a dozen of the tour teams.
How long did it take to get a bike fit?
It took the fit itself, was from 1 to 4, but to get 3 hours of time from Andy Pruitt,
Yeah.
the only reason he did it was because I was doing this race, and I'd been to their lab twice getting tested. So he gave me an appointment. So I had to fly in. I had to literally fly in on a Monday. It wasn't like I was planning to be in Colorado that day. No, I flew in to go get with 2 bikes to go get my bike fit by Andy Pruitt. I mean, it was
Well,
it was
think of all the injuries
expensive.
he probably saved you on.
So the first thing he did, he looked at my bike seat. He had me sit down on a bench that had this pad on it, and he said, "Okay." He said, "You like that seat?" And I said, "Yeah, I love. There's a different seat. You like it? I love that seat." Okay. He said, "After 5 days, you'll quit. You'll have to stop because the bones in your seat bones will puncture through the skin."
He measured his ass.
He measured my ass in a very non-technical way. He looked at the seat and he said, "You will literally have to stop
Involved like bending over.
because that
bones
that
are gonna
seat
quit.
doesn't fit your structure, and you're rocking back and forth trying to find the balance. So you're losing 20% of your power
Wow.
right?
That's a lot.
And you're wearing out your skin. And in 5 days, the skin will your bone will punch through the skin, and you'll
you're
be
done.
And you're done. And so that and about 7 other things that he did completely transformed my ride.
Yeah.
He switched my pedals. He extended the spindles so they're longer. He pushed these forward. He pushed the seat back. I mean, he did like 7
Probably all
things.
little changes that you would never guess.
Well, you know
on
what he
your
did
own.
was he glued these little silver balls, little diodes. He glued them onto my legs, my hip, my feet,
Yeah.
right on both sides.
And
And then he had 8 cameras on a track up above me, and he filmed me in 3D.
that's cool.
And then he
wireframe, and they can measure. all
and then
the
he showed me
angles
the
and-
photograph
video game.
of my
Going
before,
up.
and my
Yeah.
before looked like my left side, and my right side, and didn't know
Wash
each other.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And then he made all these little micro adjustments. He moved the cleat on the sole of my foot back 3/8 of an inch,
Wow.
so that I would have more power and I wouldn't get hot foot. I mean, there's all these little, because he's fit bikes for about 24 Race Across America athletes.
So he's pretty good at it.
Pretty good at
Pretty
it.
good.
He's-
Probably
he's,
the best in the.
like
Best in the world.
A
He's
senior
really the best in the
executive,
world.
He designs all the specialized.
amazing,
So
yeah.
like if you see
Now,
like
now you got that all that.
specialized as BG, body geometry.
This guy gave me
He's got
3
the certain
hours.
body
People in the
geometry.
bike shop back home,
So
they
he
said,
comes up with
"You got
these
Pruitt? How'd you get an
insert-
appointment with
inserts for
Pruitt?"
your foot and
And I said,
body
"Yes, I
geometry
asked."
saddles, body geometry
He's
gloves.
heard about
Yeah.
you, and he knows what you're doing.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
mean,
why.
and he saw my video,
Yeah.
you know, the video about our charity and our
Yeah.
cause, and
Oh,
he
yeah.
believed it, you know. So.
Isn't
So
that
it's-
amazing though? The more you get in, the more you know people, the more things go for you.